Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the UK Festival of Robotics, Robots Live event. This is the Roboquarium demo from Orca Hub and Harvard University. So my name is Sen Wang. I'm an associate professor at Harvard University and the National Roboquarium, and also co-investigator at the Orca Hub. I'm joined with my colleagues Josh Rowe and also Shen Category. I will pass them for self-introduction.
Hi, I'm Joshua Rowe. I'm a research engineer here at Orca Hub in the Ocean Systems Lab, working with marine robotics.
Hello, my name is Sean Category. I am a research associate working at Orca Hub in the Ocean Systems Lab, and I focus on software and visualization.
Today, we're going to be demoing our underwater telepresence using web browsers. And Sean is going to give you an introduction as to how that is going to work today.
So what we'll have is that we'll have everyone tuned in the live stream to go to a website, which Josh will put up on the screen in a second. So that'll be oceansystems.robotics.co.uk. Now, when you visit that page, you'll be prompted with your name. So if you enter your name and then click next, you'll hopefully be able to see a 360 image of what the robot sees in the water currently. And what you'll be able to do is, if you're on a PC or a Mac, you'll be able to scroll around using a mouse, just drag and move. And if you're on your phone, then you'll be able to tap and drag and then move the camera also. So you'll be able to look around a little. Now, we're going to wait until we've got a couple of clients before we start to have a draw to see who gets to control the robot. So if you're tuned in, please do visit the site and enter your name, because one of your lucky entries will basically be chosen to control the robot in a controlled manner, in a safe manner, of course. But nonetheless, you'll have more privileges than the others watching the stream at the same time as you. So we got a couple of connections so far. So the main idea of the system we're presenting today is that ability to control a robot from a remote location. So most robotic operations nowadays rely on the operator to be in the same place as the robot. Now, this causes a couple of issues, because one of the main advantages of using robots is that it can go places where it's too dangerous for humans to be. Now, if you were able to remotely operate these robots, you obviously don't have to worry about putting an operator in a position of risk. And also in current circumstances with lockdown and everything, it also allows people to follow COVID rules while also still being able to carry out their work.
I think at Orca Hub, while from the motivations Sean mentioned, so we really want this technology to help us for three reasons. The first is really moving people from offshore works, especially the very hazardous environments for the human, especially using divers working offshore. We can all imagine this very dangerous job for them to work at the open sea. At Orca Hub, we really want to use these autonomous robots to help us to de-risk these challenges. And also the second reason is really we think about our Earth and the climate changes. So the current situations for offshore work, so we always need bigger vessels, which consumes loads of fuels and energies. So we really want using these smart robots working offshore to reduce the carbon footprint. So the third reason is really understand offshore operation to provide a much more efficient and better future offshore renewable energies using these robots help us maintain and also operating these environments.
Okay. If you also have any questions regarding the robot in general or how these kind of things work, please feel free to just add a comment on YouTube Live, and then we'll try and answer it to the best of our knowledge. We've got a couple of connections so far. If there are more people watching, please feel free to tune in and put your name in as well. Right, let's see.
On the bottom left, that's the website. You can have a live video streams on your browser. If you open your browser, type oceansystems.robotics.co.uk. That's the URL on the bottom left of the website. Open your browser, have that. Then type your name in. You can see a live video stream from our underwater vehicle, which is in the tank. It's showing on the screen in the middle.
So to answer Emilio's question, is the ROV currently hovering? Yes, so currently it's in what's called a position hold mode. So it uses its internal inertial measurement unit as well as altitude measurement sensors to basically determine where the current position is, and it'll try and correct any slight movement due to currents or waves and stay in the same position. Right, so we've got 13 people watching right now. So for those who haven't yet, please go to oceansystems.robotics.co.uk, enter your name, and then see the 360 image for yourself so you can see what the robot sees in first person.
And remember, lately, you're gonna have an opportunity to control the ROV from your home using your own device. Okay, from that a web tool.
Right, so we'll do a draw to see who gets to control the robot. Yeah.
Spin the wheel of fortune.
Spin the wheel of fortune, as they say. And we got Ivan. So Ivan Petilov, 9145, you are in fact the chosen operator. Now, in a moment. So Ivan, if you wish to choose the button in the top left of the screen, where it says only the chosen may pass, you'll be taken to the operator page, where you will be able to control the robot to a better degree. So just waiting on the connection from Ivan. There we are, that's Ivan connected.
Wonderful. So Ivan, you should be able to have control over a set of waypoints where you can move our ROV to, and you should also be able to move the arm, the manipulator on the ROV, to different positions, as well as open and close the gripper. For the rest of you watching, you're able to see the gripper moving if you look through the 360 video on your device. Again, if you can't see the 360 video, go to oceansystems.robotics.co.uk. And if anyone has any issues with this, please post it in the chat.
Oh, there we go. You got the robot moving. So the movement you currently see in the stream, we haven't touched it at all. So this is Ivan controlling it by himself. So what we have is a couple of preset waypoints around the structure in the water for inspection. Now, in a moment, we might even be able to get that view for the stream as well, so people don't feel left out. Give me a minute. Emilio says, I have joined and I don't see the 360 video. When you're having those sort of problems, it might be due to security restrictions on the network you're connecting from. If you use your own personal network or a 4G network, you might have a better chance of seeing the 360 video. That's something we can't exactly control. It's mainly due to the service provider's end, unfortunately. Okay, we've had our first doozy of the day, I suppose. That's interesting. I have no idea what happened there. Difficulties?
It's fine. No, it's fine. That's good. Yeah. So if anyone has any questions about the system, if you post them in the chat, I'll be able to answer them for you. So there's a comment from Emilio asking which DVL is on the vehicle. So the DVL sensor that we use, a DVL sensor tells us how fast we are moving across the seabed. And using that, we're able to determine our position. As when you're underwater, you can't get simple things like GPS. So on our robot, we have a DVL A50 from Waterlinked. It's an unbelievably small motion sensor. And it's fantastic for the size of this ROV.
Okay. Right, sorry about that. Everything is in working order once again. Now, shall we choose a new operator?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Go for it.
So let's try this again. Josh, do you want to connect? And then we'll add you as one first.
So there's a couple of questions from Simon and another one from Emilio. So Simon asks, how long does the system take to develop? We've been developing this system since March last year. And the online control of it, we've been developing for the past 2 months.
I think I want to add, so the whole technology is based on probably several decades continual research from Ocean Systems Lab at Water University.
Josh, if you click on the next. There you go. So if you stream that, then people actually see what we're supposed to see. So,
Live?
yeah. So what you see in the stream now is what the operator Ivan was seeing. So as you can see, it's got a bit more information. The blue dots you see in the top is how the robot perceives what it sees. So you'll see that this cloud of points kind of represents the outside of the structure in the water. And the more the robot explores, the more full that cloud of points will basically become. And you've also got the controls in the bottom right as well. Okay, I'm gonna put all the people connected into another lot to see who gets to be the next operator. And we've got Ian Wallace 7900 as our operator. So Ian, if you would like, you are now the chosen operator. And if you click on the top left button in the page, you should be taken to the operator page you see in the stream right now. So just waiting on the connection from Ian. If it doesn't work, try refreshing the page a couple of times. Eventually it should connect properly. Have you done any real world deployments demos?
Hi, Daniel. We've done deployments out into the Forth from the harbour, out at Kirkensey in Port Seaton, where we've tested this in salt water. We have behind us our larger ROV, which we use for offshore sea trials. This is our Falcon ROV, in which we develop a very similar system, but it's capable of dealing with the offshore sea currents.
Now, I noticed that Ian hasn't managed to connect. I wonder if that might be because you've tried to connect with multiple devices.
Ian, do you have any feedback on any issues that you're having connecting?
If you're having it, the last device you can try to connect with should be the one you can proceed to the operator page on. We'll give it one more minute, and if there's no comment from Ian, then we'll go to choose another person.
Emilio asks, do we have...
Hello. Apologies.
Ian's no
okay.
longer connected.
Okay, that's okay. We'll choose another person then.
Choose another person. Emilio asks if we have 6 degrees of freedom control of the vehicle. So 6 degrees of freedom means that we can move in our 3 linear axes, sideways, forwards, and up and down, as well as yaw, pitch, and roll of the vehicle. And this vehicle does have 6 degrees of freedom. The larger vehicle, Falcon, behind us only has 4 degrees of freedom. It can move sideways, forwards, up, and it can turn, but it can't twist, and it can't pitch up.
Right, so we have a new operator chosen. It is Daniel Mitchell, 5355. So Daniel, if you want to try and click on the button in the top left, you should now be the chosen one. And you should have the controls to the robot.
Layla asks,
there we go. So that's Daniel connected.
Layla asks, what is the dot flashing on the gripper for? The dot that you see flashing on the gripper is actually a reflection of a status LED inside the housing. So the glass dome of the robot, there is an LED inside there connected to the camera. And as that LED flashes, the camera sees its own reflection in the glass like a mirror.
So just to give an idea of what Daniel sees currently.
So again, we have our operator panel.
Now, interestingly, the top half of the page doesn't seem to be working correctly, but I hope Daniel, on his end, will see the updated images that he should be seeing. But you can actually see Daniel controlling the arm as well in this instance. So he's opening and closing the gripper, as well as moving the arm positions. So clearly, the system still has quite a bit of work to be done to make it more stable. Another caveat to the system right now is that we've made it so that it can be accessed by a lot of people, or everyone watching. So it's not optimized for single operator use. But a future work would be to basically optimize the system so there's lower latency, there's less crashes, so that the operator doesn't have to worry about rebooting everything, and more information on the page so that the operator has full knowledge of what he needs to know to carry out the tasks he has at hand. Do we have any more questions? No more questions?
No more questions at the moment. Shall we do one more?
One more? So
one more person to control the system?
Yeah. So thank you very much for participating, Daniel. We will go on to choose the next person. And who do we have? We have Simon 4946. If you're still around, you've just been made the chosen operator. So if you want to try connecting by clicking on the top left button in the page, that will be fantastic. So we're still waiting on the connection from Simon. So just to remind you, it's Simon 4946 that's been chosen.
So Emilio has a question about the latency and the lag between the system. So when we control the system locally from the same network that the robot is connected to, there's very little latency. Any latency that the remote operators might have is generally down to the network connection where you're connected to. We've had mixed success over 4G networks, depending on what network and how much signal we have. We're able to connect to it from our phones, from outside of the university, or from our homes.
There we go. That's Simon connected now. Sending us for waypoints, I see. We've got another question from Smart Systems.
Your comment. Thank you, Daniel, for your comment. It's nice to see that you enjoyed it. No, we haven't tried connecting remotely from abroad. Well, not knowingly. If anybody here is from overseas, please let us know.
I'd be very curious to see
Yeah,
what the latency
if anyone
is,
has been able to have a shot at this.
because that would be kind of the end goal of the project, in that anyone in the world can basically operate from anywhere to anywhere and carry out their work. Unfortunately, we have seemed to run out of time for the first session. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be running the same session again in 5 minutes time. We're just going to take a break to change batteries, make sure everything's okay and everything. So for those who have tuned in or are leaving, thank you very much. And for those staying, please keep on tuning in so you have another chance at operating the vehicle. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Now we're just waiting on Sen to join.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to this UK Festival of Robotics Robot Live event. So this is the Roboquarium demo from Orca Hub and Harvard University. So my name is Sen Wang, an associate professor at Harvard University and the National Robotem, and also a co-investigator at the Orca Hub. So today I'm joined by my colleagues Josh Ru and Sean Kataguri. I will pass them for self-introduction first.
Hi, my name is Joshua Rowe. I'm a research engineer here at Orca Hub, working with the Ocean Systems Lab on underwater vehicles.
Hello, my name is Sean Katagiri, and I work with Sen and Josh at Ocean Systems Lab at Orca Hub, and I work mainly on the software end of underwater robotics.
Great. I will briefly introduce today's demo, and then we'll go to the exciting part. So in the demo, we were showcasing an autonomous underwater inspection system using our lab-built underwater robot. So the robot has several cameras to help it sense the environment and navigating around autonomously for inspection tasks. Literally, you will see a live underwater 360 images by yourself. And also you will have opportunities to remotely control the vehicle at home using your own device. Before going to the demo, so I want to introduce and explain why we developed this technology at Orca Hub. I think there's three reasons. The first, working offshore, in particular underwater, is quite hazardous environment for human. Think about, we have divers working underwater at open sea. So this can be a very dangerous job for them at the open sea. We really want to using these robotic technologies to help them and improving the safety for offshore operation. And also the second reason is our Earth and the climate. So the current offshore operation requires quite large vessels and vehicles, which consumes loads of energies and fuels every day. So we want to use these small, smart robots eventually to help us maintain these facilities, repair these facilities. So the last reason is really for us to better understand the offshore operation using these robots and also all the data they collected back. Okay, so now is an exciting time for the live demo. I will hand over to Josh and Sean to introduce the live demo and also all the web user interfaces for you to control. Okay, I'll hand over to you both, Josh and Sean. Thank you.
Hello, so today we have a remote telepresence demonstration using web browsers. So you'll be able to participate from home. I'm going to link on the page just now a web page. If you can visit this web page.
So that's oceansystems.robotics.co.uk, and you'll be prompted to enter your name. And once you do enter your name and press submit, you'll be taken to a page where you can basically see what the robot sees in first person. And you'll be able to drag around using your mouse or finger and explore or perceive what the robot perceives. And then once we've got enough connections, we'll choose one of the users to be an operator. If you also have any questions regarding the system, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and we'll try to answer them to the best of our knowledge. So on the stream, you'll see my colleague Josh looking around in the system. So this is what it will look like if you connect. So this is using the live footage from the robot that's currently in the water in front of us. And if you would like to click on the button, so one person will be randomly chosen to move on to the next step. which is by clicking the top left. So only Josh currently has the ability to do this. But here you will see him be taken to the operator page. Now here, he's got a bit more information. So he's got all the controls in the bottom right, where he can send the robot to predefined waypoints and also move the arm into preset positions. And on the top, you see the bird's eye view and the top-down view of the robot in the visualization software. So this is essentially how the robot perceives the world and how it determines where it is in the world. Now, the blue dots that you see are key points in the image the robot sees. And over time, as the robot moves, this map of key points will grow larger and larger, and you'll be able to see a better reconstruction of the structure it is seeing in front of it. So let's see if there has been any connections or questions. So again, for those who have just tuned in, please visit oceansystems.robotics.co.uk, enter your name and click submit, and you'll be entered into the draw for the operator. I suppose we've got many of the people from the previous session. So I'll try putting the names into the draw and see if the people are still here.
If you have any questions about the system, please ask.
Now we've got Jonathan 1542 chosen as the operator. Jonathan, if you're still with us, drop something in the comments. You have been chosen as the operator and now should be able to move on to the next stage by clicking on the button top left. Oh, there we go. That's Jonathan controlling the robot right now. Change the view history.
So in the left, you see the view from the camera. And up at the top, you see how the robot perceives the structure in front of it. All of the little blue dots are detected features on the structure that the robot can then use to locate how it moves relative to the structure.
Now, Jonathan, could you drop us a comment to see if the two images in the top are actually updating? On our end, it doesn't seem to be updating, but it does seem to be struggling. So I would be curious to see if it's working on yours. Okay, feel free to pass to someone else. So Jonathan says, just checking to see how it is going. Please feel free to pass to someone else. Well, Jonathan, you have been the lucky chosen one, so you will have your share of fun while you're here. Interesting. So the images seem to be quite slow on our end, but Jonathan assures me that they are working on his end and updating as it should be. Okay, that's good to know. Right, have we got any more new connections? Let's see. We have. So, Jonathan, thank you very much for partaking. We will now pass the torch to the next operator. I am going to be putting it in a drawer. And we have Livy 4004. You are now the chosen operator. Now, if you wish, you should have the ability to click on the button in the top left and become the operator yourself. Change this. So we haven't seen a connection from Livy yet, but Livy 4004, if you would like to connect as the operator, you are now the chosen one. And let's see. Still no connection from Livy. Okay, seems like Livy is not with us currently. So we'll go and choose another one from the list. Let's see what the left person is. We've got Michelle Holland, 6079. Michelle, if you're still around, could you drop us a comment in the chat? You've been updated to be the new operator, so you should have the ability to click on the button and go to the operator page. We're having trouble connecting. Okay, so Livy Miller says she's having trouble connecting. Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully next time, if you try to connect again with actually for those having issues connecting, it might be worth trying on a private browser. Sometimes that fixes a couple of issues. Or switch to a 4G network if you're having trouble seeing any of the images. That's another complaint that we've seen quite frequently today. So it seems like Michelle isn't with us either. So I suppose we'll go with one of the newer connections. Raul Moya, sorry if I butchered that name. It's Raul on 6405. You have now been chosen as the operator. So you should be able to click on the button in the top left of the page and then connect to the operator page. So I'm still waiting on a connection from Raul. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. But the number after your name should be 6405. That should be the number after your name. So Rahul on 6405, you're the chosen operator. So if you wish to connect, you should have the ability to do so. Okay, it's a shame. It is a damn shame. And it seems like there's not many people actually active. If you're still with us, just drop us. The first person to comment, I will give the operator capability to if they haven't had it yet already. So if you just drop a comment, I'll see who we can connect.
Okay.
No comments. No comments. We're having a couple of technical difficulties right now, so we'll come back in 15 minutes when we've hopefully have resolved them. But for now, we're just gonna take a break. So thank you for those who have tuned in. Hopefully you'll come back again in 15 minutes, have another chance. And see you later.